It's that time. It's Friday's weather for Weather Geeks Time, the matinee edition, recording this at about 2:15 p.m. And as promised, a scattering of showers across the region as I hit the record button here this afternoon. Most of this is down in Columbiana County right now around Lisbon. You'll notice there's no thunder and lightning. This is just some passing showers. I'll do a quick loop and show you the general motion of things. Everything's kind of drifting pretty slowly to the south and east. There's not much flow in the atmosphere today to steer these showers along, so these aren't going to be super fast movers. But anyway, some of us are going to get a little wet here as we go through the afternoon. This is one of those things, classic hit or miss type of stuff, where some of us get wet, a lot of us don't. And I do expect this general trend to continue for the rest of the day today. We've got some holes in the clouds where we don't have the rain, that is for sure, and it is warm. It's warmer than it has been. Current temperature is in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees, and yeah, it's pretty muggy outside as well. Here's a look at the dew points this afternoon. They're up above 60 and even close to 65, so we're really into the muggy category in terms of those dew points this afternoon. Now there is some instability, somewhat, across the region. This is a look at the CAPE values. CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy, kind of a geeky meteorological term that just is one of those things we look at to see how unstable the atmosphere is, how high can air parcels rise through the atmosphere. And let me take off the temperatures here. We've got a modest amount of CAPE around this afternoon, 600, 700, 800 joules, and when we start to get those kind of numbers, certainly that's enough to support thunder. We're not looking for severe weather or anything like that this afternoon, but it is enough to support some thunder, and there is one thunder shower down in Carroll County near Delroy. Not much lightning at the moment, but there was a little while ago. So anyway, I wouldn't be shocked if you heard a rumble of thunder in your neighborhood this afternoon. We do have a cold front up to the north. Now this front is a fairly weak one, and it will be weakening as it comes south, but it's going to have some important impacts on our weather. Let me bring up the temperatures once again. You can see that there's some chilly air up here in Canada underneath that high pressure system, but you look at the dew points, and that's going to be the bigger impact for us. Look at the dew points on the other side of this front, down in the 40s and lower 50s. That's the air mass that's going to come south tomorrow. So we're looking forward to a much less humid afternoon tomorrow. It's going to be a fantastic Saturday afternoon as this air mass comes to the south. So let's talk about the weekend. Again, scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm here and there for the rest of today. Tomorrow, Saturday, is going to kick off, I think, with some clouds around. Let's look at tomorrow morning at daybreak. Tomorrow morning, as we kick off the weekend, our front's going to be sagging south of the region. High pressure up here north of the Great Lakes, and that's going to be pumping in the drier air from the northeast, so our airflow coming in like this. And while tomorrow can start with clouds, I think the afternoon turns mostly sunny. Should be a great one. By the early afternoon hours, we're in great shape for tomorrow. So smooth sailing if you have outdoor plans tomorrow. What about Sunday? Let's bring up the latest GFS model here and take a look at kind of the medium range. Sunday morning is probably going to start dry. Oops, that's Monday. I'm a day ahead of myself here. Here's Sunday. Sunday starts dry, but as we get into the afternoon, I think there can be real scattered stuff. This is Sunday evening. What we've got basically going on here is a warm front lifting across the region, bringing the humidity back. So after a nice break from the humidity Saturday, Sunday turns more humid, and there could be a spotty shower or thunderstorm Sunday afternoon. Most of the wet weather is going to be closer to the cold front, though, and that front Sunday evening will still be back here. So notice what happens as we head into the day on Monday. Here's Monday morning. Keeping an eye on the trends here for Monday, this may end up being kind of a washout if this front continues to slow down enough. So it looks like rain here Monday morning. As we get into the afternoon, notice everything is just sort of not moving very fast. And then by Monday evening, everything might finally be starting to push away, but a good chunk of Monday could end up being pretty wet. Not looking for severe weather, but maybe there's some thunder. For the middle of next week, here's Tuesday. The moisture's gone, the humidity comes down, and I think we got a nice stretch of weather coming for Tuesday afternoon. Here's Tuesday afternoon, not much going on at all. And then here's a look at next Wednesday, middle of next week on the 10th. We should be high and dry. So Monday remains kind of our trouble spot as we go through the medium range. A real quick look at long-range temperatures here, the trend anyway. And you know, there's not much of a trend here, and this is fairly typical for this time of the year to have a period where there's not a strong signal towards one direction or the other. Overall, I think the flavor for the next 2 weeks will be somewhat warmer than average. Keep in mind, though, our averages are rising quickly here in June, and by June 20th, our average high is in the upper 70s. So a day of 80, 81 is really nothing to write home about. So what we're looking at, I think, for the next 2 weeks is a lot of days that are near or a little above average, but heat waves don't look likely. Any sort of unusual cold snaps don't seem real likely for the next 2 weeks. What happens beyond that remains to be seen, but overall, this isn't bad if you like some nice, pretty standard issue, typical summertime weather here in Northeast Ohio and Western Pennsylvania. All right, I'll keep you updated with social media posts for the rest of the afternoon. Maybe cut a shorter video here showing some current radars here before the afternoon is through. And I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 o'clock. Hope you have a great weekend. Look for more weather for Weather Geeks Monday evening. And then the rest of next week, the schedule gets a little more irregular because I'm actually going to be at a conference in Raleigh from Tuesday evening through Friday. So I'll be chiming in online, but the schedule will be a little different. So I'll fill you in on that a little bit more on Monday. In the meantime, have a great Friday.